Hey Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading for the 11th to the 18th of August. I am Charlene Lizette. Whether you are new or whether you are returning, a massive thank you to you. Either way, I hope you click subscribe and become a part of our collective. Virgo, I gotta tell you that as I was sitting with your energy, I was really in this future thinking mindset. The Hermit kept showing up, which is your card, as I was doing the pre-shuffle. It almost made me feel like introspection, self-reflection, a lot of self-awareness here with respect to where you're going in life. And you know, what is it that really fulfills you? What is it that really fuels you? What is it that really brings you you know, that freedom, that happiness, that clarity, that purpose, that success? There's a lot of illumination on that for you this week. And it could have to do with the fact that, you know, the North Node is being impacted by the Jupiter-Venus conjunction happening on the 11th. There's a whole video on that, so go watch that, okay? There's, you know, there could be that, right? Like, so there could be that energy showing up. But there's something deeper here. You know, I'm really curious to know if a lot of you are reflecting a lot on your past relationships, your career opportunities, business partnerships, you know, those kinds of dynamics. And, you know, I don't want to say reminiscing, but kind of like going backwards and asking yourself, well, you know, where could I have done better? Or why did that fail? Or why did this pattern keep showing up? And yeah, I know we're like diving really deep. If you are new here, I have a really like soft spot for my Virgies. We're diving deep because the cards are deep, babe. You know, I might want to be like, let's be uppity uppity. And the cards are like, Virgo needs this. What the hell is that? Oh, it's the tag to my shirt. The Hierophant talks about conformity. It talks about tradition. It talks about long-term longevity. It talks about the true and tried method. You know, it's Taurian in nature. It's pragmatic. It's grounded. It's practical. It's rooted. It says we're not going to veer from, you know, the conformity. So commitment, tradition, cultures, respect. And then the Four of Cups and the Eight of Cups, I think for a long time you felt like you needed to fit into this box, honestly, Virgo, or maybe a lot of people put you into this box, and that caused you to become very critical of yourself. It caused you to carry, dare I say, a bit of a heaviness to you, like, I need to behave this way because this is how I'm expected to behave, and I need to do this because this is what they want from me, and like that kind of energy, you know. And with the Four of Cups and the Eight of Cups, whatever's going on this week that's causing you to like really think about stuff, I think it's you ultimately walking away from having to fit into these people's boxes. You know, I don't know that this has to do with like a toxic relationship or anything, but I'm going to share a quick little story with you because I feel like parts of this story, if not the whole story, will really land and resonate with you and provide you with some guidance, especially because of the cards, the Queen of Cups showing up here. There's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of feeling, there's a lot of intuition, there's a lot of inner wisdom, there's a lot of knowing here without knowing, you know, and then the fear of not knowing, and then trying to like compartmentalize the knowing. You get what I'm saying? Like that kind of weird stuff. Once upon a time, in a very long time ago, I dated somebody who was obsessed with me. Most of them are. But this person, upon obtaining me, it was like I was a prize. And ultimately, it resulted in this person wanting to cage me like a bird and slowly clipping my wings because my beauty was too much. My energy was too much. My sun, my life force was too much. And it was like I was not allowed to be seen. So if I would do my hair, that would be a problem. If I wanted to put on makeup and devote some time to, like, you know, looking beautiful, that would be a problem. If I wanted to wear the really nice dress and get myself dolled up, then there was a fight. Like everything with respect to me pouring energy into me turned into a fight. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. And so little by little, as the years progressed, I dimmed my light more and more to appease this individual. But no matter what I did, and no matter how much my wings were clipped, and no matter how much I allowed myself to be prisoner caged in that, prisoner caged, you know, only for them to see on display when they wanted like a prisoner, essentially. This person could never find that, I could never make this person happy. And so they got to the point where I realized this was failure. I understand that a mistake is an opportunity to learn. And so I chose to walk away from the tradition, the conformity, the status quo, the cultural norms. I chose to walk away, and I chose to lean into my emotions, my feelings. And that's what you're being called to do this week. Pour into yourself. The Queen of Cups has her cup fulleth because she is pouring into herself. She does that. She's in the water. She is one with the water. She is an extension of the water. We're talking about the emotions, the feelings, the intuitive hits, the psychic, the psychic downloads, the connection to source. And I'd be curious to know if I was sitting down with you and we were having this conversation heart to heart, face to face, and I said to you, so how much energy are you pouring into yourself? The answer would probably be none, because I'm too busy managing everything else. And so you're focusing on everybody, you're taking care of everybody, you're pouring into everybody, but who's taking care of you? And this week is like a divine download. A divine download. The sun illuminates itself into your life. A new beginning. Fiery, maybe. It could be a fight. It could be a revelation. It could be a realization. It could be a dream, a prophecy. That voice. Because you got the High Priestess as your amulet. And the High Priestess says, tune into the sacred wisdom. Tune into the inner wisdom. And so if you're in this dynamic right now where it's push and pull, or you're like, sure, I'm not sure if I should go, or like, sure, I know I need to go, but I don't know how I need to go, or whether this is career or romance, whatever you're having to walk away from, ask Source to give you a sign. Ask your higher self, ask the angels to communicate with you, and then listen. Because I will tell you, there was once upon a time I was sitting at the edge of the bed, crying. And I said, God, give me a sign of what I'm supposed to do. And the loudest voice, I can still hear it to this day. Get up and go. Now, if you're going through something challenging, experiencing one of life's enigmas, and are looking for some clarity, some guidance, some advice, whether it be with this romantic situation, a career situation, friends, or anything in between, Psychic Source has kindly sponsored today's video. This is what their website looks like. It is fantastic for helping you to connect with vetted, trusted psychic advisors who are very gifted, who will help you with gaining that clarity, that knowledge, those answers that you are looking for. There's tons of different ways to connect with the psychics over at Psychic Source. I like giving them a call, but you can video, you can text, whatever works best for you. And Psychic Source has been kind enough to extend for the first time users to Psychic Source up to 40 minutes for $19.80. It's a $240 value, which is phenomenal. I use them myself, even though, yes, I read the cards. I still need somebody sometimes to guide me with specific things, all right? The information to book over with Psychic Source is down in the description box below, and don't forget to use the code Charlene. Now let's dive into your love reading. Sometimes the people that you pour into want to siphon your energy, like energy vampires. And as we dive into your love reading, I'd be curious to see if that's the case. Temperance here, Ace of Cups. Maybe it has to do with your career. Page of Cups. Seven of Swords at the bottom. For some of you, it could have to do with your career. For some of you, it could have to do with like your romantic partner interfering in your career. Ooh, the Magician reverse. I don't do reversals, but Magician to Temperance is alchemy at its finest. Manipulation. Empress. Oh, my cards are all reversed. Empress, Ace of Cups, and Knight of Cups to Page of Cups. Yeah, or this could be you knowing you need to walk away from partner A because you're meant to be with partner B. Maybe you're dating, maybe, you're not really like committed to anybody. You're seeing multiple people, and there's a realization here that one of these people is clipping your wings versus the other isn't. It's a heavy one, but it's relief. The Aquarius full moon, the Venus-Jupiter conjunction, which you should go watch that video. It's up on my channel. It's big. It wants to bring in blessings. But the only way that we can allow these blessings to come in is by releasing that which is no longer serving us. And like I said, if you want to gain some clarity, some guidance on your particular situation, remember you can use the code Charlene over at Psychic Source for your first 40 minutes for just $19.80. That's a $240 value. The link to book your session with Psychic Source is down in the description box below. I'm going to pop your quarterly videos here. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your shares, subscribes. We'll see you later. Alligator. Peace out.